afternoon, everybody. I'm Joe Maffey, 123survive.com, home of the Combat Nation and the Integrated Marshall Development Center. All right, guys, we're going to do a little review of what we did over the summer vacation as far as little projects are concerned, okay? I did some in my yard. I did some out in the woods. So basically, we have three different materials that we work with to do some of these primitive / modern items, okay? Last fall, we got a deer, and my daughter, at age 11, got a chance to skin her first deer. All right, and if you look at some of my earlier videos, you'll see pictures of that. We also tracked a turkey in the springtime, and I had to chop down a maple tree that was next to my shed back here that was right by the door that was getting in the way. So we used a lot of these materials to create and make some items, all right? When we got the deer last year, when my daughter skinned it, as a memento, I made her a quiver, all right? So this is the quiver that I made for my daughter, all right? It's basically, we used some new materials and some old materials. It's basically a PVC pipe inside here, all right? I covered it with a burlap, and actually my girl did the drawing. This means mountain, the eagle means teacher, and this is water. So if you can see, I took the deer hide and I sort of decorated this quiver here, okay? And I made a strap that's adjustable for her out of the same hide. And the turkey that we tracked this year, I took the feathers and I actually sewed them in to some cowhide here with some beads. And we have some beads on the bottom. All right, well, so this was our first little project that we did this year. Just so you guys get a little better look at it, okay? This is what it basically looks like. The strap is adjustable. I don't know if I mentioned that. But this was for my daughter, for her quiver, her first quiver, and I thought it would be nice because this was the first deer that she actually skinned. Inside this quiver, the first thing we have here was this stick that we used from the maple tree. I did a video on this, on a training stick. Actually a screamer stick / primitive weapon. We actually took this and cut it and whittled it down and dried it out over the fire here, and then we used some oil from the yarrow plant to seal it shut, okay? We also have here from a turkey that we got this year. You saw me tracking it on one of my videos here. We made an arrowhead for her, okay, an arrow. And we used feathers for fletchings, and I don't know if you can see it, but we used pine pitch and a little bit of inners of a 550 paracord to secure the fletchings on, okay? I had a shaft, a cedar shaft in the house, so we just used that. And on the other end, for the point, we used the spur of the male turkey. The male turkey has a spur, and we use that for the arrowhead, okay? We also used innards of the 550 cord with pine pitch. The pine pitch was made from the sap from a pine tree and some charcoal and some dried grasses that were crushed, and that's how we made the pine pitch. So this was the arrow, her first arrow that I made for her to go along with her quiver here, okay? Next, that same pine tree, I used, and I made this primitive bow. You might have seen this on one of my other videos. We took the trunk of the maple tree, and I used a hand axe, and we just split it, and I used little small wood dowels to hold the split open as we continued on down. Then we whittled it down, and I used sanding stone to sand it down. and we killed it. As you can see, it has a really nice kill and a really nice pull to it. And then I just used that same paracord, okay, that I've used on a lot of stuff for the innards for the arrow. And I made a nice little grip, and we made the bowstring, okay? And finally, one of the things that we made that's kind of interesting is I made this peace pipe. All right, so I took the same piece of pine for the chimney and the body, and I used the bone from the turkey to make the draw piece. All right. The way we made this was, and I used the feathers for some decoration. Okay, the way we made this was, I used the bow drill to hollow out the chimney and to attach and to hollow out where you connect the chimney to the body. Okay, I hope you guys can see that. Get a little bit closer, see what this looks like. Okay. You can see this is the draw piece, and this is the chimney stack and the body. Okay, what I did was I used a 10-penny nail, heated in the stove to bore the hole here, and like I said, we used a bow drill and a rat 3 to carve out the chimney piece and the top of the body. Alright? And I sealed it all up with pine pitch, and then we used 550 paracord to make the decoration, to hold the chimney stack to the body, and to secure some feathers. It's got a great draw. It works awesome. For the inside, what I did was I just took the bottom of a soup can, a Campbell soup can, and cut it a piece of tin out. So we lined the inside of the walls with some tin, and we made a screen from the same piece. All right. We basically use this. We use smoked mullein in it, dried mullein, and that type of stuff. Okay. So the summer, as far as just making little items like bows and quivers and stuff, I made this stuff for my daughter. Okay. She got her hunter education certificate this year, and she really loves the wilderness, so she's outside with me a lot too. All right, guys, so you can see that we use some man-made stuff, and I use nature to make a pipe, a bow here, a quiver, arrows, and the rest of the tree we're just going to burn in the fireplace this year in our wood-burning stove. All right, guys, so some of the stuff we did on the summer vacation, I know some of you guys from survivaltopics.com, always interested in doing different things and seeing how things are done. So just want to say thanks to all the guys out there. My name's Joe Maffey, 123survive.com. We'll be doing some projects throughout the fall and throughout the winter. We'll try to keep you updated. Okay, guys? Have a good winter. We'll talk to you later.